Alrighty. So this is an introduction to Frozen Throne, Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne. I'm going to show noobs how to play the campaign. I'm going to skip the cinematics and just kind of show some gameplay and just to get you started if you're new. So I'm going to go to single player campaign, switch this to easy, and just start here. Start on. You may have to watch the cinematic first. Press any key. So I left click, and I'm going to let you watch this on your own. So I hit escape to get out of here. Okay. So something about Dota and Warcraft 3 is, I'm going to turn my sound down just a little bit. Okay, so these are the units that I'm starting with, and you can see that there's a control group down here. If you left click and drag and hold, whatever you hit will be in your control group. There's actually some important things to know. Number one, and this is, most of these controls are true in Dota too as well. So see how I have this unit, these two units, and this unit selected. If I hit the tab key, it shows me, it actually highlights this group of things. If I hit tab again, it goes to this one. If I hit tab again. The reason that's important is if I select all my units, and notice that it goes to the entire type. So all of the archers are tabbed together, and then your hero, this is called a hero. And then this other unit, this is called, actually is this a hero? This is a hero in this game, but normally that unit's just like it's not a hero. I don't think it's a real hero. I think it's just a unit. I can't remember what it's called though. So what this means is that if I have two heroes in my control group, then when I hit tab, they always show up first too. Like the most advanced units show up first, and then lesser and lesser advanced show up. So I'll never have this unit. This unit will never be like over here. So you can see that this unit has abilities, and if you look at the F in Fan of Knives, you'll see that that's how you cast this, and it's a level 1 spell, and you cast it with F. Blink, you cast with B, and it teleports you. It costs 50 mana. Your mana is here. Actually, let me just go through the hero. So that your health is here, your mana is here. This is your damage, your melee. It attacks pretty fast, relatively fast. You have 4 armor. The type is hero. Don't worry too much about that. You are an agility hero, which means that every point of agility gives you an extra damage. And you can see what these other things do. So that culminates to, here's my health, because that's my strength. And these units, they're just simple units. They don't have like statistics or anything. I mean, they just have a raw health number and then armor and damage. This unit is much more complicated. This is what the Dota units look like. They also have abilities, whereas these usually have very limited abilities. In this game, if there's no border to the ability, it's a passive, which means you don't have to cast it. You won't blink unless you hit B. You won't cast Fan of Knives unless you hit F. Okay, so I'm gonna left click and hold, grab all of these things. And in Warcraft, this is not a Dota thing, but in Warcraft, well, you can do it in Dota, but you don't need to. Hold control, and hit 1. Okay? So now, I have a control group called Control Group 1, which means if I'm off in La La Land, and I hit 1, see how everything gets selected? Also, if I hit 1 and then 1 again, like double tap 1, it tries to center on your units. For example, if I control group 2 on my hero, then I can do 1, tell everyone to attack, and I'll tell you how to do that in a second. Hit 2, and you can attack as well. So you can tell your whole army to, in fact you could have, so let me tell you more controls. If you have a control group like this, or if you have a selection, and you hold shift, shift will either remove or add units to your control group. So I'm left clicking, I'm holding shift, and I'm left clicking. Okay, hold the shift, left click. Holding shift, still holding shift. I've been holding shift for like 30 seconds. Click, takes it in, takes it out. You can also click it out here. So one of the uses, and you can even watch, if I take out all of these and then I'm still holding shift and I go like that, it'll just add them. It only adds if you're selecting like this. The only way to remove is to individually click them out, but to add them you can multi-select. And you can also, I'm holding control and shift. Oh, that doesn't work in this game. You have to do it one by one. Okay, never mind. So I have control group 1. If I wanted control group 1 to be my hero, let's say, so I select my hero. You can also select it up here. Control 1. Select everything. Shift, left click, control 2. Now I have control group 1 and control group 2. Tell my army to go here, right click. Tell my hero to go here, 1, right click. For the purposes of mine, I'm going to do control 1 and just have everyone. And I don't think you can clear a control group, so I have control group 2 as well. So 1, and then you can get to this thing by doing F1. So that's why I always do sort of like 1 and F1 if I want to talk to my hero only. So I think the goal is probably to kill this gate, so I'm going to, if you right click, usually, if you right click on an enemy or something that you should kill, then it will automatically tell your units to attack. If you right click on something that's not attackable, it will just simply move them there. See how it's highlighted move? They're moving. Some of them are stopping, some of them are moving. When I right click on this, it issues the attack command. The important things you want to know are S, H, and A. Stop. So if I right click here and then hit S, right click S, right click S, right click S. Stop says just stop moving. That's all it says. H means hold position, meaning you have to stay where you're at no matter what. So if an enemy comes by, normally if you're in stop, see how I'm in hold position? If I change it to stop by hitting S, when an enemy comes along, they will aggro, they will run towards them, like especially the hero since he's not ranged. And he'll go and try to fight that enemy by just attacking, not doing any abilities. So that's sort of, that's called aggro. You're getting aggroed. But if you don't want to move, you want to force your units to move. Like let's say I don't want my hero to be involved in the combat or something, I might try to surround my hero and then tell them all to hold position. These ones are ranged. They have a 500 range, so they'll shoot something like right here. So then if something tries to come get my hero, I could, I could be standing here. If you're wondering why I'm invisible, it's because I have an extra ability called hide. All of these units have it, which if it's nighttime, apparently the time doesn't change. If it's nighttime, you can hit I or click this, and it'll essentially hold position and they'll go invisible. So these units are invisible. I'm scrolling on the scroll wheel up and down. You almost never want to do that. Okay, so I have control group 1, I'm right clicking. F1 to select my hero. If I need to blink, I'll show you blink. Let's say I want to get somewhere, well it's probably going to take me through that actually, so I might as well just... So I'm right clicking, I'm exploring. You can only see where you have units. Okay, here's some crates, I'm going to right click. Nothing was in them. Looks like there's a rune of lesser healing, which probably means that when I right click on it, it's going to heal an area. Okay, so here's some bad guys. So let's kill that. Let's right click on a specific one. Pull back guys that are getting damaged. These guys seem to do not very much damage no matter what, but I want, I could get my hero to, so I'm going to hit F. See how I did some damage to all of these. Okay, So what you want to do in Warcraft is disperse as much damage as you can across your entire thing, and you want to kill specific units so that they stop doing damage to you, because they do full damage as long as they're alive, even if I have 1 health. That means ideally you want your entire army to go down together. That way they're all, able to shoot. And then the enemy, let's say I have this army versus the equivalent army. If they just attack any random units, they'll probably lose if I focus right-click on one of them, get all my units to kill that one so it stops doing damage to me, and then move on to the next one. And in my opinion, killing the weakest units first is the best, because they usually just don't. They're low-hanging fruit. You can get rid of like a lot of their damage. So what these things do, this is called a rune in this game. When you touch it, when you right-click on it with your hero, it's going to heal my nearby units, which is another good reason to have all of your units go down together, because it may not heal someone if they're really, really low. So I'm right-clicking, I'm exploring. Let's explore to the left. Looks like there's a bridge over there. Oh, all I'm doing to move this camera is to just touch the edge, touch the edge, touch the edge, touch the edge. Touch the edge, touch the edge. So, like, right-click, right-click, right-click. Anytime you see these arrows, I'm right-clicking. If you see this, that usually means I'm hitting A, and then left-clicking. That means attack anything on your way to that point. So A, left-click, attack everything on your way to this point. Oh, my hero's level 2. Oh, she started level 2. Okay, let me just show you the blink ability just so you can see it. So, even with everything highlighted, if I hit B, I can blink a certain distance, and it has a cooldown of, it doesn't tell you how long, but it's probably like, I don't know, 8 seconds or something. And it took some of my mana away, and that can be useful for, getting out of danger and all sorts of other things. Furbolgs are going crazy, so we probably need to kill them, I'm guessing. Okay, here they are. So I'm gonna focus one down. I'm gonna take my hero, left clicked on her, hit F, see it's gonna do damage to all these units, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm not taking too much damage with any one of my units. So I'm gonna left click on them individually and tell them to get away. The hero has more armor, so the hero can take a little bit more heat. What is this? These are probably not enemy things. You could technically kill them if you hit A and then left click. But when you right click and it issues a move command, that means it's not an enemy. So there's no point in killing it. It's not like you're not supposed to kill it. See, I right click on this, but it's not an enemy, so it doesn't. Okay, so here we go. So I'm not going to cast anything because I want to save my mana. See, I only have 160, and there's nothing that, I have no items that help me get my mana back, so I have to be careful with my mana. I'm leveling up, so as I kill things, my hero gains experience and will level up, which will let me upgrade this other stuff. Okay, so let's focus this thing down. And these things seem to do a lot of damage to archers, so I'm gonna hide this one. See how she stopped attacking? Okay, so she stopped attacking because she's hiding and they can't see her. Now I'm gonna tell her to come back. Oh, the AI is smart. It wants to focus on the things that... So there's negative status ailments that usually don't last very long, like those units casted curse on this unit. I'm just hovering, by the way, which makes it so he can miss. I'm going to keep my hero in front because the hero can take a lot of damage, and if the worst case scenario, I can blink her out of trouble if she gets into too much trouble. Oh, here we go. More units we found. So I'm going to hold shift and select all of them and add them to my control group 1. Alright, probably gonna have to have a big fight. Okay, so I selected all of them, I held shift, selected all of them, control 1. This guy, he needs to stay in the back. Wherever I go, I want him to stay in the back because he's probably gonna die soon. this guy has some spells, I think. This is not a hero, but it has spells, so I can actually just tab and shift tab. Tab, shift tab. That's a little bit too much work. I might put this one on 2. So now my control groups are, I have 1, which I can just, you know, tell all my units to attack something. Like right click, tell them to move, tell them to attack. And then instead of hitting tab, I prefer hitting 2, which will just select that one, and then I don't really need it because it's... So this thing means that it's automatically going to cast. If someone has those negative status effects like that curse, this thing, since it's auto cast, right click on it to remove auto casting, right click to enable. So I can left click and then click it on someone, and that will take off any debuffs they have. But when you have it on auto cast, it'll only cast it at an appropriate time. Let's see if there's anything in these crates. Rune of Mana. Okay, so watch this. I blink, I use some mana, and then I just restored it to my entire party. Okay, I hit S. Oh, this is... Yeah, this is like the normal Huntress. This is like a special one for this episode. Okay, here we go. So I could blink in. So that was B, left click. Uh-oh. Okay, let's try to take them out one at a time. Not doing too much damage, so that's fine. Okay, I leveled up. I will tell you about leveling up in a second. Oh. So I'm left clicking on the hurt units and I'm taking them back. But then they can re-engage, so they can keep doing damage. Hero's taking a little bit too much damage. Let's get him to attack this one. And he's dead. Okay. So what's going on here is that I leveled up. I'm level 3 now. And I have a choice between increasing this from 75 to 125. The cooldown is 10 seconds and it costs 10 mana. That means do it all the time, because 10 mana is not very much. This one is called Shadow Strike. It shoots a poison dart which deals damage, 75 damage initially, and then a little bit of damage over time for 10 seconds. I really like that one for killing heroes and stuff, but I'm gonna go with that one just so we can show it off. It's cast with D. B, F, D. F, B, D. So this one is not a targeted ability. You just hit F and it hits everything around you. You don't. This one though, when I D, this one, since it requires a target, when I hit D, you have to still then left click on something. Same with this one. Blink is B, but then you have to left click somewhere to actually do it. Next I'm going to upgrade this so that I can blink more, because I like blinking, it's fun. So I left click on my hero to put her towards the front, and then I right click on, and then I select my entire, so I'm click on her, tell her to go where she wants, in the front, which is where I want her. Then I hit 1, and then I tell everyone to follow. I'm right clicking, by the way. Okay, so just going to save a little bit of time. I do want these two in front too. Oh, Tome of Agility. So that's just a one-time bonus to my agility. I have 23. Now I have 24. Greater Healing. That's going to heal everything. I don't actually need that. Maybe I'll come back and use it if I ever need it. I doubt it, though.
There, mistress. Those must be the creatures we're after.
Okay. So we're going to use our Fan of Knives, and if there's any big units that are available, we're going to hit D and click on them. And that's going to slow them down and deal damage over time. I'm going to let you watch that cinematic on your own. Okay, so that looks like a big one, so I'm going to D that one, and then I'm going to F. Okay, and I'm making sure nobody's taking too much damage. And what I did is A, left click, and that tells everyone to just, you know, until you get to this spot, attack everything that's attacking you, or that's an enemy. See, this thing is taking 10 damage over time, and I'm breaking my own thing, which said kill individual units once at a time. Okay, that Greater Healing might come in handy now. So what I did right now is I B, and then if I hit B and then click really far away, it'll just use it to the greatest distance that she has, which I don't even know what it is, but...
Hurry, sisters. The port of Nimbus lies to the north. set sail after
I'm right clicking. I'm gonna search around. See, this is why blink is fun. If I get blink and it costs only 10, tome of intelligence plus 2. So I'm gonna have 2 more intelligence. That's gonna add to my mana pool and make it so that I get mana back faster.
The guilty will suffer.
So I'm right clicking my entire group. So if I right now, if I hit B and then left click like over here, the hero will just literally blink as far as she can, which is like right here.
The guilty will suffer.
So I'm gonna F1, left click on her, and then 1, right click, right click, right click, right click. I'm right clicking. Rune of mana. I do need mana, so let's use that.
The end draws near.
And Fountain of Health. Oh, this adds your health pretty fast, but I'm full health, so I don't need it. So I'm going to come in here. Now that I have that Fountain of Health, I'm really not worried about taking too much damage because I can just walk back to the fountain. So I'm right clicking on specific ones to kill them the fastest so that they stop doing damage to me. And another way of doing things is A, left click, and once again that tells your units to move to the point you clicked and attack anything in their path. So you can see this guy has not full health, so if we run over to this fountain, you should see some healing. I right click past so that it's easier for my units to get close. See how it's healing? Much quicker. Now I'm full, I right click away. Hero's in front, that's good. This other guy is sort of a hero in this one, so we could get him in front too. It's not so bad. These are the ones that are, these guys are obviously more tanky than, these ones die really fast, so oh, we got more. So I'm gonna add those to the control group, shift click on them, and then let's focus, let's blink in and hit F. So that was B, left click, F. This is probably a rune of mana, yep, so I use some mana. Okay, we're exploring, we're trying to find out where they want us to go. Risk, so I hit S. Oh, see how when I hit S, it still wants to go, but if I hit H, he'll stop. See how that worked? S, 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 H. If I hit H, she won't try to engage. Unless they're close enough, then she'll turn and attack. Okay. So I'm cursed. So let's kill. So I'm going to D this guy because he's the big one. And I'm going to focus on the little ones. He's right here, so I'll just kill him. There's some more baddies over here. Oh, another thing you can do. Let's teach you about queuing up things. And you can watch this video many times to pick up everything I tried to teach. I'm going to hit F, right click on this one, right click on this one, right click on this one. They do very little damage to me when I do it that way. There are quests, I think if you hit F9, there's probably optional ones like search and rescue. I would have known about this had I watched the cinematics, but essentially it looks like there's prisoners and I can go and knock down the gates and open them up. And did I pass the quest? Not yet, there's probably more. So now that I have 12 in my control group, I cannot shift click and add more. I cannot shift this person in. So what you can do, there's a couple things you can do. I'm going to put all my archers on 2 and then everyone else on 1. 1, so I have 1 and 2. I'm just going to tell the archers to right click on the hero. And that way, actually, let's make them right click on her. So now they will just automatically follow her, and I believe they'll still attack whatever she tries to attack. Let's see if that's true. And sometimes they get derpy, so you have to specifically control them. So if I hit 2, right click on, let's say my hero, and then I tell my hero to attack this. Let's see if they join in. They don't for buildings, but it looks like, but they might join in for enemies. We're gonna find out. I'm not sure. Worst case scenario, you have 2 control groups, 1 and 2. So on control group 2, I'm gonna. Okay, another thing you can do is when you control click on a type or on a unit, it selects everything on the screen that matches that same type. So these are all archers. So when I hit control left click, control 2, those are now in group 2. And I can take everyone else one at a time. It's fine. I'm gonna hold shift. I'm gonna not hold shift and select these two. Watch. Not hold shift. Now hold shift to add. Okay, so now 2 and 1. Oh shoot. Okay, so control group 1 and control click, control group 2. So I have 1 move, 2 move. 1 right click, 2 right click. 2 I'm just going to tell to go to the hero. So 2 right click, 1 attack. Demonic Gate. Oh, did I pass the quest? I did. Completed Enraged Beast, completed Search and Rescue, so now I just have to do the main quest, which I can't win without doing so. So I'm going to specifically tell them to attack. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to watch it, you can watch it on your own. Okay, 2 right click on hero. 1. 2 right click on that guy. Okay, let's see if the archers engage. Oh gosh, yeah, that's not the right way of doing it. So I'm gonna control them separately. 2 and 1. So 1, get a little closer. Let's use. Shoot, I probably have to say. Oh shoot. Okay, I have to get 2 ships to survive. So let's tell my archers to go save. Right click over here. 1. You guys can go attack, move, and then my hero specifically, I'm gonna blink. And I'm gonna try to engage these other ones by myself. Come on, aggro to me, aggro to me. So he's attacking me now. Right click on here, she'll probably attack me. So now I'm getting them to get away from my ships, because apparently I have to save the ships. So 2A left click, 1A left click. This guy's almost dead. Keep him a little bit further back. Hero's almost dead. Let's use a fan. 2 ships must survive, and they did. Quests. I completed all the quests.
Mistress, do you believe we can defeat Illidan even if we find him?
And I'm going to let you watch that cinematic. And that's it. I'm going to quit. So I hope you learned a little bit here, and we can definitely do some more if anyone's interested. I can change it to hard. If anyone's interested in seeing the cinematics so that they don't have to go play the game themselves, but I really encourage you to go play the game yourself. After the battle, you can sort of see some statistics, units, overview, units produced. I didn't produce any, but it thinks I did because I acquired some. I killed 62. I lost 1 probably because they killed 1. I didn't build anything. I gained 3 experience. I used that hero, and I didn't have any resources because this game was just about hero. Okay, and I'm just gonna stop for now. Let me know if anyone enjoyed that, if it needs to be different, if I'm explaining too much, if I need to explain less, if you're just interested in seeing the gameplay. I think that the paradigm for this one is, the idea is that I want to help people who are very new to Dota and Warcraft learn how to control things. The controls in Warcraft and Dota are very similar, and until next time.